Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. Life is funny. Not ha-ha funny, but funny in a way that makes you stop in the middle of your living room, sit down, stare at the wall, and say, now why in the world would this man do me like that? Because I don't care how strong you are, how independent you are, how educated you are, how fine you are, there's gonna be a moment when a man hurts you. And not with no little paper cut. I mean, he gonna hurt you in a way that makes you question the whole male species. You ever been so hurt that you look at your dog, your male dog, and say, see, you probably gone cheat on me too? That's the kind of hurt I'm talking about. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why do we even put up with men? And trust me, that's a valid question, but let's be real. We love them. We love them even when they are hard-headed, stubborn, clueless, and sometimes completely incapable of putting the toilet seat down. We love them. And that's the problem, because the very person we give our heart to, the one we open up to, the one we allow to see us with our bonnet on at midnight eating cold chicken, that's the one who can cut us the deepest. Now, I ain't here to depress you. I ain't here to tell you all men are trash. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm here to give you the game. I'm here to show you what to do when a man hurts you. Because let me tell you something, crying in your bed for 3 weeks straight, eating ice cream, blasting sad songs, that ain't gonna change him. Cussing him out in a text message, that ain't gonna change him either. See, men don't operate like us. They don't speak the same emotional language we do. And the worst thing you can do is play by their rules, because, baby, they wrote the rule book to protect themselves. What you gotta do is confuse him, throw him off, make him sit in his car at a red light and question his whole existence. That's the kind of power you got when you know how to handle hurt the right way. So let's get into it. A man hurts you. He lies, he cheats, he breaks a promise, he disrespects you, whatever it may be. The first instinct you have is to react. You want to scream, cry, slash some tires, maybe even burn some clothes. And while I can't condone arson, I do understand the temptation. But here's the thing, reacting like that gives him what he expects. Men are simple. They expect drama. They expect you to lose your cool. And when you do, they sit back and go, see, she crazy. Now he's not the problem anymore. You are. Don't give him that. Instead, confuse him. You know what confusing looks like? It looks like calm. It looks like peace. It looks like you walking around with your hair done, nails done, smelling good, laughing like you ain't got a care in the world. He texting you paragraphs and you sending back, okay? You ever sent a man, okay? That one word got more power than a whole Bible verse. Because men are not ready for calm. They are not ready for, I ain't mad, I'm just good. That makes their mind spin. Let me tell you something, men are hunters. That's their nature. They chase, they pursue, they want to conquer. So when you take your attention away, when you take your energy back, when you stop crying and start shining, you confuse the hunter. He like, wait a minute, I thought I had her. I thought I broke her. Why is she glowing like that? And then he gonna start circling back, trying to figure out what went wrong. That's when you know you're winning. But here's the secret, listen carefully. Confusing a man ain't about revenge. It ain't about getting him back. It's about getting you back. Because let's be honest, sometimes we lose ourselves in relationships. We get so caught up in making him happy, in building him up, in supporting his dreams, that when he hurts us, it feels like he done snatched the ground from under our feet. That's why confusion is powerful. It shifts the energy. It reminds him and it reminds YOU that you were whole before he showed up and you gonna be whole after he leaves. Now let me paint you a picture. Imagine he did you wrong. He thought you were gone, blow up his phone, cry in front of his mama, post sad quotes on Instagram. But instead, you at brunch with your girls, laughing loud, looking good, you posting pictures of you smiling so hard your cheeks hurt. Not no petty, look at me, I'm happy. Fake smile, no a real one, because you've decided that his actions don't determine your joy. Now he's scrolling, looking at your page saying, Hold on. She's supposed to be in bed crying. Why is she eating waffles and mimosas at 11 a.m. like nothing happened? That's confusion, baby. That's checkmate. See, men are competitive. They can't stand the thought that you are doing better without them. And when you confuse them with your joy, your peace, your glow, that's when they start stumbling. He gone come back with, hey, just checking on you. He gone send that I miss you text. He gonna try to test the waters. But here's where the real game is. Don't let confusion turn into invitation. You don't confuse him to take him back. You confuse him so you can stand taller. You confuse him so he knows he don't run nothing over here. You confuse him so that even if you forgive him, you never forget who you are. Now, let me break this down real slow because some of y'all in here still holding on to that man who hurt you 5 years ago. And let me tell you, forgiveness is for you, not for him. Forgiveness don't mean you let him back in your life. It just means you let yourself breathe again. Because carrying hurt is heavy, and baby, you too fine to be walking around with all that weight. So how do you confuse him? Number one, stop explaining yourself. Women, we love to explain. We love to write dissertations, whole essays about how we feel. You telling him, I feel this way because you did that, and when you said this, I felt like that. Girl, save your breath. He ain't listening like you think. Send one word noted. You know how crazy noted make a man feel? He's sitting there staring at the phone like, what does she mean noted? He gone reread it 10 times, call his friend, ask for advice. That's confusion. Number two, upgrade yourself. Not for him, for whoa, you. Go get that new hairstyle. Go take that class you've been putting off. Go hit the gym. Go travel. Invest in you. Because the best confusion is showing up as a better version of yourself after he thought he broke you. That's like turning a heartbreak into a glow up. He hurt you, and instead of you falling apart, you leveled up. Woo! That's a plot twist he ain't see coming. Number three, silence. Do not underestimate the power of silence. You don't answer every text. You don't respond to every call. Silence makes people nervous. Men are used to women expressing everything, so when you choose silence, he gone lose sleep trying to figure out what you're thinking. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. And number four, joy, real unshakable joy. When you can laugh, dance, smile, live your life fully after someone hurt you, that's the ultimate confusion. Because he expected your world to stop, but instead, you built a whole new world without him. That's when he realizes your value. That's when he remembers who you are. And by the time he comes back around, you're so far ahead, he can't even catch up. Let me tell y'all a story. There was this woman I knew, beautiful soul, loved her man more than life itself. He messed up big time. Everybody thought she was gone crumble. But you know what she did? She went and started her own business. She poured all that energy she would have wasted on crying into building her dream. Within a year, she was successful traveling, looking like $1 million. That man tried to come back, of course. You know they always do. But by then, she had leveled up so high, he couldn't even reach her. That's confusion. That's power. That's the blueprint. So hear me when I say this, when a man hurts you, don't let it break you. Don't let it steal your smile. Don't let it stop your shine. Use it. Flip it. Confuse him with your calm, your growth, your silence, your joy. Because at the end of the day, his actions don't define you. Your response defines you. And the best response is to live so well, to glow so hard that he don't even know what hit him. And let me say this in closing, confusion ain't petty. Confusion ain't revenge. Confusion is simply refusing to play the game by the rules he set. It's you writing your own script. It's you saying, you hurt me, but you will not control me. It's you standing in your power, looking good, feeling good, living good, and letting him sit there wondering how in the world you turn pain into power. That, my friends, is how you win. So the next time a man hurts you, don't waste your time crying over what he did. Confuse him, shine brighter. Laugh louder, live better. And when he looks at you like, what happened? You just smile and keep it moving. Because the best confusion is peace. The best revenge is happiness. And the best answer is success. Now let me tell you something else about when a man hurts you. Sometimes it ain't even about what he did, it's about how you let it make you feel. That's the part that stings. Because if we're honest, a lot of times the signs were there. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what I'm saying. The little red flags waving in the wind, that gut feeling you had at midnight when he didn't answer the phone, that strange tone in his voice when you asked him a simple question and he got defensive, that slip of the tongue when he called you by another name. Girl, your spirit knew, but you loved him so much you put duct tape over your intuition. So when the hurt finally comes, it feels twice as bad, not just because of what he did, but because you feel like you should have known better. And that's why confusion is so powerful, because it shifts the spotlight off the hurt and back onto your strength. Now let me talk about the type of confusion that really messes a man up: elevation. See, a man expects you to be at the same level you were when he left you. That's why he leaves in the first place. He thinks he done outgrown you, or he thinks you can't do better. But when you use that pain as fuel, when you go get a new degree, start that side hustle, buy that new house, or just glow up in your spirit, that's when he realized he made the dumbest mistake of his life. Because nothing confuses a man more than you standing taller after he thought he knocked you down. That's like pushing somebody in the dirt and then coming back a year later only to find out they built a castle where they fell. And don't get me wrong, elevation don't always mean material things. Sometimes elevation is simply peace of mind. Sometimes it's you learning to love your own company, traveling by yourself, eating dinner at a restaurant alone without feeling weird about it, just enjoying you. That level of self-love, that's a confusion a man can't compete with. Because he's expecting that you gone sit around missing him, but instead you discovered that the best company you could have ever had was you all along. That's a plot twist he was not ready for. Another way to confuse him: boundaries. Woo, let me park on this one. Boundaries scare men more than anything, especially if they're not used to being told no. A man can hurt you, and he expects that you gon' still give him access to you, still answer his calls, still let him slide through with them same tired excuses. But when you say, no, you don't get that privilege anymore, oh baby, that's confusion on a whole new level. Because let's be clear, access to you is a privilege. You are not Walmart open 24 hours. You are Chanel, baby, limited access, luxury only, and if you break the rules, you get banned from the store. And listen, when you set those boundaries, you gon' feel his confusion in real time. He gon' test it. He gon' pop back up with them famous 4 words, can we talk? That's the trap. Don't fall for it. Because 9 times out of 10, can we talk don't mean can we reconcile. It means, can I come back and waste your time a little more? Confuse him by saying, no need. We already talked. Woo! Watch his head spin, because men love repetition. They love dragging you through the same conversation 50 times. But when you shut that door and lock it, he left standing outside like, wait a minute, I ain't never seen her do that before. Now, I know some of y'all listening to me right now saying, but what if I still love him? And that's fair. Love don't turn off like a light switch. But love don't mean you have to suffer. Love don't mean you have to tolerate being disrespected. You can love somebody and still choose yourself. That's another level of confusion, because men don't expect you to have that kind of strength. They think love gone keep you trapped. But when you can say, yes, I love you, but I love me more, that's when you break the chain. And let's not forget about laughter. Ladies, you better laugh. Laugh harder than you ever laughed before. Nothing confuses a man more than you smiling after he broke your heart. He expected tears, but you out here at comedy shows, throwing your head back, hollering, clapping, just full of joy. That's like kryptonite to a man who thought he was your whole world. Because men got this little ego problem. They think you can't survive without them. They think you gone fold up like laundry when they walk away. But when you laugh, when you glow, when you thrive. Baby, that confusion will eat him alive. Now let me give you a little inside scoop on how men really think. Men don't always process things in real time. When they hurt you, they might not feel the impact right away. They might even walk away thinking they won. But men got this thing where 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, it finally hits them. They see you shining, they see you winning, they see you peaceful, and suddenly they realize, man, I messed up. That's when the regret sets in. And let me tell you, nothing confuses a man more than realizing he lost the best thing he ever had because of his own foolishness. But by then, it's too late, because by the time he realizes, you already outgrew him. And I want to say this too, confusion don't just change how he sees you. It changes how YO see you. Because when you stop reacting and start living, when you stop begging and start building, when you stop waiting and start walking, you discover a strength you didn't even know you had. And that strength don't just heal you from one man, it prepares you for the life you deserve. That's the real win. Because let's be real, sometimes the hurt was necessary. Sometimes the pain was the push. Sometimes you needed that betrayal, that heartbreak, that disappointment to wake you up and remind you that you deserve more. So yes, when a man hurts you, confuse him, but don't do it for him. Do it for you. Do it because your peace is too valuable, your smile is too precious, your future is too important to waste on somebody who couldn't see your worth. Do it because the best way to win is not to fight. It's to flourish. And let me just drop this little nugget for the men who might be listening. Stop underestimating the women in your life. Stop thinking you can break them and they won't bounce back. Stop thinking your absence gone. Destroy them. Because women are some of the strongest, most resilient, most powerful beings on this planet. You hurt them today, but tomorrow they gon' rise. You leave them today, but tomorrow they gon' shine. And when they do, you gon' be the one confused. So ladies, the next time a man hurts you, remember this, you got options. You can cry, you can beg, you can plead, or you can stand up, wipe your tears, fix your crown, and confuse the life out of him. Choose confusion, choose strength, choose joy. Because there's no greater revenge, no greater clapback, no greater response than you living your best life while he sits in silence wondering how you pulled it off. And I'll end with this. Listen closely. Pain is temporary, but power is permanent. A man can hurt you today, but your response, your glow, your joy, your peace, that's forever. Don't give him the satisfaction of seeing you broken. Confuse him with your strength. Confuse him with your silence. Confuse him with your success. And when you do, you won't just confuse him, you'll free yourself. And that, my friends, is the sweetest victory you could ever have. Now let me tell you something real. Sometimes the best confusion ain't in what you do, it's in what you don't do. See, men expect a reaction. That's the pattern they're used to. They do wrong, you blow up, y'all fight, then eventually y'all slide right back into the same cycle. But when you break that cycle, when you step outside of it and just choose stillness, that silence gets louder than any argument. He's sitting at home, pacing, replaying the whole thing in his head, and the silence got him hearing voices that ain't even there. You didn't even have to lift a finger. Your peace did the work for you. That's confusion on another level. And let's talk about the friends. Because when a man hurts you, sometimes it's not even him directly that you got to confuse. It's his whole circle. You ever notice when y'all break up, suddenly all his boys want to become philosophers. They sliding in your DMs like, he really care about you, sis. He just don't know how to show it. Baby, please. If he cared, he'd have shown it already. Don't let the choir sing you back into the mess. You confuse them too by saying, I appreciate your concern, but I'm good. Watch how quick the word travels back to him. Because his ego wants them to tell him you broken, but when they say, now, man, she said she good, oh, he gone lose it. Now, another way to bring that confusion, detach your worth from his validation. See, a lot of us, if we're being real, we let men become the mirror we look into to measure our value. When he compliments you, you feel pretty. When he pays attention, you feel loved. When he pulls away, you feel worthless. Baby, that's dangerous, because now your whole identity is in his hands, and he don't even know what to do with his own life, let alone yours. But when you decide, I don't need him to clap for me to know I'm winning, that's when you step into real freedom. That's when you wake up, look in the mirror, and say, girl, you are enough with or without him. And when he sees you shining without his approval, oh, that confuses him to the core. I'll tell you another thing that will throw him for a loop: kindness. I know that sounds crazy, but listen. A man hurts you, he expects war. He expects you to come swinging. But when you move with grace, when you smile and say, it's all good, when you treat him with kindness but still walk away with dignity, that does something to him. Because now he can't even make you the villain. He can't tell the story to his friends like, she went crazy on me. Nope, you too smooth with it. You too calm with it. And deep down inside, that kindness mixed with boundaries is going to haunt him way more than anger ever could. See, anger burns fast, but confusion lingers. Confusion keeps him up at night. Confusion makes him replay the situation over and over again. Confusion makes him regret. And that's the gift you give yourself, not revenge, not bitterness, but release. Because when you confuse him by not falling apart, you're really proving to yourself that your joy was never in his hands to begin with. And don't think kids don't notice either. If you got children, let me tell you, when they see you handling hurt with strength and class, that teaches them more than any lecture could. That shows them how to value themselves, how to move through pain, how to keep their head high no matter who tries to break them. You confusing a man might just be saving the next generation from repeating the same mistakes. Because kids watch more than they listen. And if they see mama still standing strong after being hurt, they'll grow up knowing that strength is the standard. And while we hear, let's not forget about prayer, because baby, sometimes the best way to confuse a man is not with your silence, not with your glow up, not even with your boundaries, but with your prayers. You get on your knees and say, Lord, handle this, because I don't have the strength to fight it on my own. And when you let God fight your battles, the confusion that comes after is on a whole other level. Because there's something powerful about a woman who can be hurt, but instead of letting bitterness take over, she chooses faith. That kind of spirit is unshakable. Now let me leave you with this truth. Hurt is inevitable, but being broken is a choice. You can't stop people from disappointing you, lying to you, or even betraying you. But you can decide how you respond. You can choose not to let it define you. You can choose not to let it turn you bitter. You can choose to walk in strength, in joy, in peace. That's your power. That's your confusion. And when you live in that truth, no man, no hurt, no betrayal can take you down. So the next time a man hurts you, don't fall into the trap of trying to prove your worth to him. Don't waste your nights plotting revenge or rehearsing arguments in your head. Just confuse him. Confuse him by leveling up. Confuse him by laughing louder. Confuse him by setting boundaries. Confuse him by loving yourself more than you ever did before. And most of all, confuse him by being happy. Because nothing in this world will drive a man crazier than realizing he no longer has the power to steal your joy. And here's the final word. When he hurts you, let that hurt push you, not crush you. Let it build you, not break you. Let it shape you, not shrink you. Confuse him by refusing to lose yourself in his chaos. Confuse him by becoming the best version of yourself. And when you do, you won't just confuse him, you'll inspire yourself. And that, my friends, is how you turn pain into power, heartbreak into healing, and confusion into clarity. So in the end, remember this: when a man hurts you, don't waste your time trying to break him down. Don't lose yourself trying to make him see what he missed. And don't hand him the keys to your peace. Instead, confuse him by rising higher, by glowing harder, by laughing louder, by living freer than you ever did before. Let your strength, your silence, your joy, and your success speak louder than any words you could ever say. Because the real victory isn't in proving him wrong, It's in proving to yourself that no hurt can hold you down. And when you walk in that power, when you keep shining no matter who tried to dim your light, that's the kind of confusion that turns into clarity. That's the kind of pain that turns into purpose. And that's the kind of ending that sets you up for a brand new beginning.